Hey Ratbags, it's Jade, more Valheim news today, taking a look at, yes, more dual wielding. I know yesterday in my news video giving you a lowdown of what to expect with Ashlands, that there was going to be obviously lots of content in the future. And one of the Ashland pieces showed some of the new monsters holding dual weapons. Now I stupidly forgot that we've already got dual wielding in the game. Of course we've got the brand new Sickle and Skulltule and Haiti. I said that wrong, I'm so sorry. Of course they're already dual wielding and some of the mobs already have dual wielding, like the cult of the Fenris or the cult of the wolf. But this is taking it to another level. So we're going to talk about that. Also talk about console launch. When's it going to happen? What do I think? I'm going to give you the lowdown of all the info we know right now. But it is going to be happening sooner maybe than you think. So leave a like, make sure you subscribe for the best in Valheim news, and let's go. So yeah, they just literally tweeted, if you don't know, Valheim really want to be more open with development. With the Mistlands, it was a kind of a feeling for their first big update. They wanted some nice surprises for people, but they probably did keep stuff a little bit too secretive or not to give a clue about how they're thinking about the Mistlands. Lots of people love the Mistlands. I do recognise that some people don't like the Mistlands. To me, I think it's a great biome. I think it's really different from what we've already got. So you can have an opinion on it for sure. But Valheim's still doing really amazing at the moment. Majority of people do like the new update. It's sitting at a 95% positive rating overall, and I'm just intrigued about what they're going to do next. And part of that guessing is going to be more elemental type weapons. We've seen it through some of the stuff that's come with the Mistlands, and looks like they're going to be going big on this in the future. Nidhogg, Slayer, Berserker Axes and Eldnar. Clearly you can see here we've got flames, we've got poison and we've got lightning. And this looks like it's going to be able to be applied. Are we going to get a socket system? Will we be able to make magical weapons by combining special elements, I guess, with some of these new weapons? It does look like to me it isn't going to be a case of upgrading current weapons that we have. These do look very specifically brand new stuff. But you never know, that might be something they think about in the future. Obviously with the Ashlands, thinking of it being a kind of fire and volcanic biome, it's pretty obvious that that would have some sort of elemental weapon with fire on it. If anyone's ever seen the cheat sword, you know you can spawn a cheat sword in that can kill anything and it's on flames. Are we finally going to start using the Flametal that's in the Ashlands? Obviously a way away, if you don't know, it's going to be a while. They're going to be updating the game between then and the Ashlands and talking more about what to expect. And then we've got the poison ones, again, which is pretty interesting. The Mistlands added the axe that had the actual poison attached to it. So it's good to see even more melee weapons now getting that. And then lightning swords. I really like the look of this one. But the Slayer looks pretty cool as well. Again, the same three elements, but definitely more of a volcanic vibe on this one, I guess, because it's a larger sword, you can show more detail. And then Berserker Axes. It does look like you are going to have dual wielding axes at last in Valheim in the future. But what does Eldnar mean? You try looking anything up in a wiki or Google, it'll just take you to some Elder Scrolls shizzle. So we'll have to see what kind of weapon it turns out to be in the future. But yeah, these are concepts. They may change. They may decide not to go through this idea. But it makes sense to me. With the magic added and implemented in Mistlands, I'm totally down for making brand new elemental swords and stuff. Now, I didn't really focus on the clothing yesterday, other than just saying that I hope it is going to be functional rather than just form. But we do know there's going to be now 8 different sets of clothing and a whole bunch of different hats. I love these. I love a bit of colour. I don't think Viking has to always be dark and dour. Valheim isn't explicitly only Viking lore, and I think it's okay to have a bit of colour in your life in some of your clothing. Does look like some of the clothes do rely on some fur and like be able to dye them, or they already dyed. And does open up that possibility that maybe we'll be able to change colours for these clothes in the future. That would be a really good thing to have, a dye making system. Maybe not for actual armour, but certainly just like we can change the colour of our shields, I wouldn't put it past the Valheim devs to add that for some of this clothing in the future as well. So, what about Valheim on console? How much is it going to be and stuff? Well, a lot of this info you can already find out. Of course, it's on Windows 10 already on Games Pass. So if you've got cloud gaming, you can even play this on your Xbox or PlayStation. Yes, a PlayStation. If you've got cloud gaming and you can go through your browser, you should be able to go ahead and play Valheim using the Windows 10 version over cloud. But regardless, if you're still waiting for the actual bona fide Xbox version, remember it's going to be an Xbox exclusive, I'm guessing for at least a year. Maybe more, because obviously Valheim's a game preview game. There's no guarantee it's going to be finished in a year. Judging by the stuff that they're going to add, I actually think that Valheim will come out of early access at some point in 2024, the end of 2024, possibly 2025. So it could be the case that Valheim is only on Xbox until that date. There are some examples where games have come out earlier. Ark did come out on PlayStation about 6 months before its official full 1.0 release. But yeah, that's what I would expect, at least a year of exclusivity being on Valheim and Games Pass. I mean, we haven't actually got it confirmed it'll ever come to PlayStation at this point. Regardless though, it's $15.49, and so far we know that early spring. And I really don't think anything's going to change. It looks like it's going to be exactly the same price as it is on Steam and on the Windows 10 for Xbox. That's great news. $15.49 is an absolute bargain for one of the best games in recent years. Spring pretty much goes from March to April, maybe May. And early spring is certainly definitely March or April. So that's really only like 6 weeks away from potentially a release for Valheim. Now at the moment, the ports are being done by 2 separate teams. I'm guessing one of them was responsible for the Windows 10 port because the original developers are fully focused on PC. They're not taking any time out of their day to do anything like this. It's pretty much separate teams doing it. And then the other team, I do believe, are Deep Fish Labs, who are responsible for the Xbox version. And it will apparently be launching on all consoles. Or certainly it should be playable on Xbox One as well as an Xbox Series X and S. It's all going to have crossplay as well. Does open up a can of worms about mods, but obviously mods are not officially supported with Valheim. And currently right now you can go ahead and play on servers with Windows 10 and Steam, and it works pretty well. So bear that in mind. If you want to play for console friends, you won't be able to have mods enabled by the looks of things. It does look like actually Pictive, that's the other developers, have also been helping out with Fish Labs. They've been working together to get both of these done. Fish Labs have worked on a bunch of games including Chorus, also as well as port jobs for Saints Row and even Switch. So it does paint a bright future. The devs have said that they would love to see their games on as many platforms as possible, and one of their CEO guys, one of the founders, spoke once in an interview about possibilities of potentially getting it on Switch in the future. So this is really good to see. It'd be amazing to see Valheim on the go on a Switch instead of just a Steam Deck in the future. It looks like Pictive have helped out with other games as well, including obviously Goat Simulator, another Coffee Stain Studios game, which is obviously Valheim's publisher, but not much more is shown on their website. But either way, the Valheim console port is happening. It's going to be happening very soon, and as soon as we get any kind of release date, I'll be the first person to let you know. We have got an Xbox event on the 25th of this month. It is going to be focused on major games incoming or big updates like ESO, their next chapter, Forza 5, not to mention first look at Minecraft Legends and others. At the moment, that event is kind of scheduled or seemingly just around them 4 games, including obviously Redfall, but I'm hoping we may see even a little tease or some sort of indication about other stuff coming as well. So really cool stuff. I am definitely down for more dual wielding. And yeah, as soon as we get any concrete info about console or anything relevant, I'll let you guys know. And that's it. As always with the Valheim news, until next time, Ratbags, come and check me out on my live streams going through Valheim right now. And I'll see you Ratbags later.